Cowboys Nation? It's your boy DMV back with another one. Before you do anything else, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell each time I come out with content. Alright, let's get to business. Alright, so last week I did a video on the offensive side of the ball. This week we're going to cover the defensive side of the ball, which is going to be a lot more competition out there, alright? So, Jerry Jones, Will McClay, Stephen Jones, they're going to have quite a bit of a job trying to put together this roster. But I put together what I think might happen based on health and everything else and how I think that it'll play out during camp. So let's get into the first position. First position is defensive line. So you got the defensive ends and defensive tackles. And you guys know that we run a 4D lineman scheme. Last year we carried 9 for the first 53-man roster. I think that we're going to continue with that. The difference between last year and this year is we have a lot more depth, a lot more guys that can play these positions. So obviously I think we have about 6 locks right now. You have D-Law, obviously, Crawford, Quinn, Malik Collins. You have Hill, the rookie, Antoine Woods. And then after that, it gets a little murky. See, I think that Randy Gregory was a guy that they held the position for before. I think they will again. But in those 3 positions, you're going to have people competing, which is Gregory, Covington, Hyder, Jackson, Jelks, Walker, Wise. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how the defensive lineman position shakes out for those 3 positions, but it only is going to make things much better. And I even forgot my man Armstrong. So Armstrong is in on that as well. So I can't wait to see how this plays out. The second position we will be covering is linebackers, and as you guys can see, this Jalen Smith, who is going to be the new leader of this linebacking cast. And you know, we have a couple of locks there: Sean Lee, Jalen Smith, LVE, Joe Thomas. But see, I think that they'll carry 7 linebackers like they did last year as well. But as I mentioned, there's 4 locks. So then you got the other 3 where you have Chris Covington, you have Dowell, Gifford, Hall, March Lillard, and Kyle Quiro, who's been a favorite of a lot of people who want to see him do well. I believe that he was a DB in college, so we'll see how he converts. But you have 4 locks right now at the linebacker position, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys competing for the other 3. And don't just look at it as playing linebacker. These guys are going to have to fill in on special teams as well. So it's very interesting to see how this is going to play out, how health plays out. So linebackers, I think we will carry 7. In the third position, we will cover the hotbed cornerback position, which is going to be really tough because we have a lot of young talent, a lot of talent they brought in undrafted, a lot of talent they drafted over the years. We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with some of these guys. Last year, we carried 4 corners at this time of the year when we had the final 53-man roster. This year, I think we carry 5. All right, so the locks that I have are Byron Jones, Cheeto, Anthony Brown. Jordan Lewis is still a question mark because we don't know if they're going to try and trade him or what. And that's still a question mark as to what they're going to do there. But for now, I have Jordan Lewis as a lock, so that's my 4. And then you got 3 young guys that are going to battle it out for that 5th spot in Westry, Alumba, and Michael Jackson, who they just drafted. So it's going to be very interesting to see, because if those young guys play well enough, you can see Jordan Lewis on his way out. You can see Anthony Brown on his way out. So we'll see how that plays out, man. I can't wait. So as I see it, I think we carry 5 corners. And last but not least, we have the safety position, which everybody was clamoring for. Everybody really wanted Jeff Heath out of here. It looks like Jeff and Woods are going to be your starters, and those are my only 2 locks right now. I think that the Cowboys, like last year, they had 5 safeties that they carried. I think they're going to carry 4, and I think that 2 positions aren't a lock. You have Kayvon Frazier, Aloka, Darian Wilson, and Donovan Wilson battling it out for those other 2 spots. And so I think that if Donovan Wilson shows that he's equal to an Aloka or Frazier, I think that he's going to be the guy to stay, and I think one of those guys are going to go. So we'll see how it plays out. I think that the Cowboys, as of right now, carry 4 safeties going into the first 53-man roster lock. So anybody that has been listening to this, you're probably like, well, that's only 50 positions. Well, we still have 3 that have to be specials in Maher, Ladisor, and Chris Jones. So obviously that goes without saying. I don't see them bringing in anybody that's going to take Maher's position. I think he's going to get better this year. So that's all I got for the roster, guys. That's what I got for the final 53 as to how I think that it breaks down. We have a lot of camp to go. We have a lot of injuries. We have a lot of performances to see. So I look forward to that as well. But you guys make sure in the comment section, let me know how you see things breaking down? Who do you see as surprise cuts? Who do you see making the roster? How do you think things will play out? Let's have this discussion. Add it in the comments section. Make sure, like I said, you like, subscribe, hit that bell each time I come out with content. All right, guys. And make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to my man Gorilla Team ATL. These fly beats in the background throughout the whole thing, man. Make sure you set that channel off over there as well. Gotta share the love when I get love. All right, guys. Again, peace.